money. Can you please explain what's an NFT? I said, what the hell's an NFT? It's like real life Monopoly. Everyone is doing it like Gronkowski. Can you please help me make an NFT?
Son, I didn't understand a word you just said.
Hey, thanks.
That is not a compliment.
I disagree.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Metropolis Radio. Today we are talking about more news that came out of AFM, and guys, this may be the last piece of news. I think today, as of the recording and uploading of this video, today is the last day of AFM 2021, so potentially there could be more come Monday or Tuesday of the following week, but as of right now, that's not the case. But anyway, I want to get into this article here from The Hollywood Reporter, and that is why indie filmmakers are betting on NFTs. Projects from Kevin Smith, Jennifer Esposito, and Anthony Hopkins are among those looking to the technology of non-fungible tokens as an alternative to the traditional movie business. Now, I don't know how many of you guys out there are like me. I am pretty much a boomer when it comes to, you know, this NFTs stuff. I've heard of them. I've seen them in like commercials during like WWE pay-per-views, but I have no idea what the hell like a non-fungible token is. So I'm pretty much just going to read it off from the Ethereum website and, you know, the whole what's an EFT? NFTs are tokens that we can use to represent ownership of unique items. They let us tokenize things like art, collectibles, even real estate. They only have one official owner at a time, and they're secured by the Ethereum blockchain. No one can modify the record of ownership or copy/paste a new NFT into existence. NFT stands for non-fungible token. Non-fungible is an economic term that you could use to describe things like your furniture, a song file, or your computer. These things are not interchangeable for other items because they have unique properties. So, to basically put it into layman's terms, NFTs are basically like sports cards. And the 5 minutes of research that I did prior to this video, I know I put in so much effort into this. The most successful NFTs that I'm finding are those in the sports realm, like with the NBA one. Is it called? I think it's called like NBA Top Shot or something like that. Obviously the WWE ones, and I basically equate NFTs to basically they're the new baseball. They're the new Topps baseball cards. Is basically what they are. But anyway, let's get into this article here. NFT mania has officially seized the indie film industry. The craze for non-fungible tokens, essentially certificates of authenticity for a digital file, anything from a work of online art to a full feature film, which allow the owner to trade them in an online marketplace, has already burned through the art, gaming, and collectibles industry. Now it's the movie's turn as directors, producers, distributors, and financiers are jumping on board the NFT bandwagon, riding what they hope will be the next big thing in independent cinema and not just the next flash in the pan. Well, I do truly believe that these NFTs are a true flash in the pan in the majority of the fields that are jumping on this. Again, where I see NFTs like truly shining are in the sports realm. Like I said, basically they're the new Topps, you know, baseball cards, basketball cards, wrestling cards, so on and so forth. Everything else I think is going to burn out. Indie industry first mover Kevin Smith took the plunge in April, announcing he would auction off his upcoming horror feature anthology Kilroy Was Here as an NFT. Quote, whoever buys it could choose to monetize it traditionally or simply own a film that nobody ever sees but them, Smith noted, saying that the NFT auction for Kilroy was essentially a high-tech version of what he did in 1994 when he took his debut film Clerks to Sundance and sold it to Miramax. Yes and no. I'm really skeptical about that. And simply for this one line, you know, right here, whoever buys it could choose to monetize it traditionally. That's if they really wanted to, or simply own a film that nobody ever sees but them. How many diehard Kevin Smith fans are gonna just buy the movie? That way they can say that they own a movie, they own a Kevin Smith movie that only they have the privilege to see. And here's the funny part that nobody ever thinks about is, you know, there's this golden rule. There's many golden rules here on the internet, but one of the many golden rules is the second something hits the internet, within that quick, it becomes free. So I don't know how successful Kevin Smith is going to truly be when keeping that film as an NFT exclusive. Jennifer Esposito's plan is more ambitious. The Summer of Sam and the Boys actor is planning to make her directorial debut with the indie feature Fresh Kills, financing the movie through a combination of NFTs and a first-of-its-kind public offering to sell shares in the film. Investors who want to back the project, described as a mob story set in Staten Island, seen from a female perspective, can buy securities in Fresh Kills Inc., which will be floated on digital stock exchange Upstream. The IPO target is $3.5 million, which will go towards funding the $3.9 million Fresh Kills budget. Additional financing will come through the sales of NFTs linked to the project, including unique digital work created by award-winning artist Gala Marissa. Executive producer credits or walk-on cameos for fans. See, I think that's a much better approach to it. Is actually, treat it like an investment. Is that if you want to invest in the movie, you can either buy securities or the NFTs are going to be completely unrelated. You're not selling the movie as an NFT itself, but it is going back in supporting it. So I can see Jennifer Esposito's plan actually working better in the long run over Kevin Smith's plan, largely because there are indie filmmakers that have done that, where they will auction off movie posters and props and whatever signed headshots if they happen to be a relatively big name. If there happens to be a relatively big name behind it, to get additional money for shooting and post-production. In that way. Anyway, I'm tangenting too long. Quote, "It's a great way to finance the project and build a fan base that will watch the film once it's released." Mark Ellenwitz, president of Horizon Fintechs, the software group behind the Upstream platform, told The Hollywood Reporter. The Fresh Kills offering is structured so that Upstream investors will be at the front of the line should the movie make money and receive a 110% payout on their investment before other shareholders in the film receive any dividends or returns. Okay, so my best guess is the investors on Upstream are basically nothing is ever guaranteed, but they're gonna basically get their money back plus 10%, and then after that it looks like the dividends are gonna stop paying. After the payout, the investors' preferred shares will convert to common shares, representing 25% of the copyright in the company/film. The remaining 75% will be owned by the Fresh Kills production company, including the writer, director, and producers, and Horizon, with the proceeds being distributed in a typical indie film back-end structure, allowing talent participation derived from the producing company's shareholder interest in the film. Esposito is building the high-tech financing solution as a means of letting ordinary fans choose quote character-driven content and the stories and voices of women by being directly involved as film investors and profiting from any success. Well, yeah, you're basically guaranteeing that you don't need to take the movie to a studio to get it off the ground. I mean, the ultimate downside to that is you have to kind of limit your ambition at that point, because the odds of you successfully I'm just going to call it for what it is. I'm just going to call her plan for what it is. It's basically, it's the next level of crowdfunding. The odds of her successfully crowdfunding $10 to $20 million is insanely low. She'll probably, there's no guarantee. She'll probably get to quite a bit, but you're gonna have to plan for that. Here we go. Quote, "We strongly believe this model can be an alternative to traditional Hollywood funding and will enable new voices to be heard and seen across entertainment that haven't had the same opportunity." Notes Alenowitz. Exactly what I just said, just in a much simpler fashion. An area where the NFT model has already shown proof of concept is in movie merchandising. Way back in 2018, 20th Century Fox released limited edition Deadpool 2 digital posters to promote the Ryan Reynolds superhero spoof. For the launch of Godzilla vs. Kong this year, that was 2021, Legendary Entertainment bought out a 7-piece collection of original work inspired by the film, created by Australian digital concept artist Boss Logic, Cody Abdo, which could be purchased as NFTs. The digital work itself can be easily copied and pirated online, but the NFT, which is secured via blockchain technology involving a vast unhackable network of computers, guarantees a certificate of authenticity, so owners can buy and sell the NFTs like any physical collectible. But the question is, and I think they kind of answered it. Here. The digital work itself can be easily copied and pirated online. So the only thing with the NFT that you're buying is basically just one of those COAs, those certificate of authenticities. And I think this is where the NFT market is going to really fall apart, because if I can easily copy the work and, quote unquote, pirate it, well, why wouldn't I just do that? Why would I buy this, bullshit NFT that basically, I'm just going to call it for what it is, holds really no intrinsic value? In the indie space, Motion Picture Exchange, MPX, ahead of this year's American film market, that is the AFM, closed a deal for traditional distribution and NFT rights to its throwback music comedy Electric Jesus with 1091 Pictures. 1091 will release custom-made digital collectibles connected to the feature, which stars Brian Baumgartner. That is a name you probably have not heard, but if anyone has seen The Office, that was Kevin, the shy accountant from The Office. Judd Nelson and Sean Parsons in a story about a Christian hair metal band in the 1980s. Quote, "From a customer perspective, NFTs give entertainment fans a way to truly own their experience with their favorite content," MPX boss James Andrew Feltz told The Hollywood Reporter. Quote, "In a post-physical market, this will become an evolution of a prized DVD collection, a poster of your favorite movie, or a ticket stub from a memorable night at the cinema. From a business perspective, this new consumer behavior, powered by blockchain and Web 3.0, will open the door to entirely new ways of distributing content, new rights, new windows, and new revenue streams." I think it's rather funny that they think that that physical media is on its way out the door. I would argue there's always going to be a demand for physical media like DVDs and Blu-rays, because again, I think these people are going to find out very, very quickly, yeah, you can make a lot of money selling these NFTs right now. But what are you going to do when one of those internet golden rules comes in, where once it hits the internet, it's fucking free? Good luck trying to stop it, especially if you're not offering a physical version of that movie, and there's no other way for that person. There's no other way for someone to see that movie without buying this, NFT, which only one person can own. We can really go into a morality debate there. Like, is it morally wrong to pirate the movie in that regard if only one person can truly own it, but and you want to see it, but you're basically being told, it's too fucking bad, and we're never going to release it on any other physical format. So is it unethical to pirate that movie? That's a whole other debate for another time. If I tangented at this point, we would probably be here for the next hour. Whether NFT-backed tech can truly be more than an add-on for the film business, a new way of doing crowdfunding and selling movie tchotchkes, is being tested at the moment by online film platforms such as I'm going to mispronounce this, such as Vool, which launched this year as a Netflix version of an NFT. The service premiered with Zero Contact, a low-budget thriller starring Anthony Hopkins and Alex Paunovic, shot largely over Zoom in the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. Vuel auctioned off various NFTs connected to the film, including ones that allowed fans to be digitally edited into the film alongside Hopkins, though only in the NFT version of the movie, not the one planned for wide release. Quote, "In terms of financing, I see NFTs as a part of the finance plan, either as pre-sale or a carved out item that would then be given to equity investors as collateral," says Rick Dugdale, co-founder of Vool and CEO of Enderby Entertainment. Quote, "It's getting harder and harder to finance indie films, and an NFT strategy can provide 5 to 10% of the financing, which could be enough to move it over the line." theoretically, it can provide 5 to 10%. There should be an asterisk there with your experience may vary, because with crowdfunding, there's no guarantee that your crowdfunding campaign will ever be successful. Major challenges remain, which could prevent NFTs from gaining widespread acceptance in the film industry. Most non-fungible tokens are purchased using Ethereum or Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies which are both notoriously volatile. Yeah, look at the Bitcoin exchange. Not a favorable attribute for customers looking to buy movie tickets or pay monthly subscription fees, and environmentally problematic due to the extensive computer power needed to run the underlying blockchain technology. For the moment, however, the indie film world is energized with the promise of a new source of capital for a congenially cash-strapped industry. We'll see if come AFM 2022, that's next year's AFM, NFT remains a buzzword or has become a punchline. As I stated in the beginning of this video, guys, I don't think NFTs are really going to stick around long-term outside of the sports realm. And that's why I'm having gameplay footage here of either like WWE or Madden or NHL game. I haven't, decided yet, but, you'll see it when it comes out. I can see NFTs working in the sports area because it's basically, hey, you're just buying, you like buying baseball cards, you like buying basketball cards. Well, here you can buy digital, these digital cards, and you can trade them online, whatever, and you're buying these like quote unquote moments. So it's not like you're just getting a still picture with stats. Sometimes it can include a video. I think that's the only way it's going to work. Can NFTs work as a source of crowdfunding? Depends on how it really depends on how they approach it. Like I said, I think Jennifer Esposito has the right approach, that you're going to be selling, these NFTs separate from the actual movie itself, whereas Kevin Smith is just basically throwing the baby out with the bathwater and just choosing to sell the film outright. I don't think people are going to go for that. I think that's incredibly goddamn stupid. But we'll at the end of the day, guys, we're just going to have to wait and see. And that's pretty much all I got for you today. Just one video today, unfortunately. So if you were hoping for 2 or 3, I do apologize for that, but I'm going to go ahead and end it right here, guys. If you stuck around this long, thanks so much for doing so. And if you've been following me long enough, I am terrible at ending these videos, so I will just see you guys next time.